Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. This is the third and last part where we are going to cover the CI/CD process of our microservice SpringBoot application, and I'm going to show you the complete CI/CD process. So if you haven't watched the previous part, please watch those parts so you will be able to easily understand this part. So now what I'm going to do is to simply clone this repository. As I told you in the start of my video, in part one, I'm going to clone this repository and put it here. So what I'm going to do, first of all, set up the pipeline with the AWS CodePipeline. So if I navigate to the AWS section, what I'm going to do is to simply create a one pipeline. So I'm going to open this in another tab, and let me put this here. Okay, so if I navigate to this section, simply type uh, code or simply type the pipeline. This code pipeline will be available. Click on that and we are going to create a pipeline. Okay, so if I navigate to the pipeline, simply click here, you can create one pipeline, and I'm giving this pipeline a name. So I'm going to call this Cloud Geeks, Cloud Geeks Spring Boot pipe. Okay, that would be okay. You can give it any name, but I'm going to give this name. So I'm going to select. I'm not going to change any other settings. You can give this a different role. You can type it here. So this is the default role it is going to create. But what I'm going to do is navigate to the advanced settings. I'm going to select the custom setting. In the custom setting, I've created a bucket. In the part one, I've already shown you that I've created the bucket, and I'm going to create. I'm going to click next. As far as the source provider is concerned, our source provider is going to be that particular S3 bucket. Although our image is living currently on the AWS ECR, but I'm going to show you how you can use the AWS ECR, which where we are actually pushing our images, building our images from a Bitbucket pipeline, and we are going to use that ECR. But our source is going to be S3. How it is going to be, done? So this is the source, and this is the bucket I have created. So object key. If you read the underlying instruction, enter the object key, you can include the file path and blah blah. This is going to be the zip file. So I'm going to call this image definition zip. So what I've done here, let me show you that. If you navigate to this repository as you clone this, let me open this in, let me close this stuff as well. Okay. This is the Bitbucket repository. Okay. So this is the image definition I've provided you guys in that particular video. So these are the instruction. I'm not going to waste time in reading those, but simply what you have to do is to simply copy this and make sure that this is the container name. The container name should be exactly the same which we have created in our part 2 through the Terraform. It is actually Cloud Geek Spring Boot. This is the container name you have to provide. The image URI is going to be, let me show you that, which we have pushed to the AWS ECR through our Bitbucket. So if you navigate to the AWS ECR section, let me navigate to the Elastic Container Registry. I'm going to copy that particular URI. Okay, click here. This is the image URI. So simply copy this and paste it here. So I'm going to save it. You can remove the instruction if you want, or you can read these. So no issue with that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to save this. Okay. Now I'm going to simply copy this image definition, and I'm going to put it in the zip file. So this is the zip file. What I'm going to do is to simply copy this particular zip to my S3 bucket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to open one CLI here, and I'm going to show you that AWS S3 copy this guy to our bucket, but I'm a bit lazy here as I've already configured my AWS CLI. Instead of going to the console, I'm going to press Control C here, AWS CLS. So I'm going to see the exact bucket name. In fact, I want to copy this. So I'm going to call this AWS. I'm going to copy this file image definition dot zip, which is actually the JSON file. So AWS S3 copy this file to S3 bucket, and the bucket name is this one, and copy with this name image definition dot zip. My cursor was at the wrong place, so this is the one. As I told you, I've configured my keys. So what it is going to do is to copy uh, on that particular bucket. So I'm going to do ls, and I'm going to also ls into this particular bucket. So you will see that it should be there. So I'm going to show you from the console as well. So we navigate to the AWS, navigate to the ECS. Okay, you see this image definition is there. So this part is done, and in this, as I told you, we have provided the container name and the uh, image URI. So what I'm going to do is to navigate to our pipeline. So S3 object key is the one which we have actually set up. So this is the one. Simply copy this. This is the zip which we have set up in our S3 bucket. So simply click next. Okay. So build provider, we are not using any build provider. This is the main theme of our demo, that what we are currently doing, we are not we are not going to use the AWS build. We have already built our Docker image. We have used the build bucket for our build process. We have built the Docker image and pushed that image to the AWS ECR, and we have scanned that particular image as well. Let me show you again. So this is the image, and as far as the scanning is concerned, you see this is scanned, as scan status is complete. So if you haven't watched my video, the part one of the video, watch that. We have enabled the scanning through the CL as well. So we have done that. Now what I'm going to do is to continue our process of creating the pipeline. So I'm going to skip this build stage. So click on the skip. Okay. So we are going to deploy on our ECS cluster. So we have already deployed our ECS cluster to through the Terraform version 13 code. You see, it is deployed, and I will show you Terraform dash version. Uh, it is the version 13. Okay, so this is the version 13.2. That is I guess 13.4. So anyway, this is the version 13, and we have already deployed our resources. So cluster name is this one. Simply, if you press it, everything is going to be displayed in front of you. This is the service Spring Boot application. Okay, and image definition file is the one which we have already uh, set up. Let me copy that stuff from the AWS. But this is not the zip file. This is inside the zip. We have a JSON. So simply type JSON here. So this is the JSON. In this file, in the JSON file, we have provided the container name, and we have provided the image URI, which is going to be pulled that particular image from the AWS ECR. So I'm going to create the pipeline. So as far as the creation of pipeline, it will take a few minutes, and I will show you all the all the stuff with regard to that. So you see, it is successful. It is now why it is rotating, that it is going to deploy the stuff. So it is in progress. If you click the, let me just let me show you that part as well. You have to wait for a while. So currently it is failed. Why it is failing? We have to see. Uh, we have to check the reason behind that. So as I told you that you have to check the reason why it is failing. What is the reason? So you can see from the log. We will see why it is going to fail. Okay. So as far as the source is concerned, it is successful. As far as the deploy is concerned, it is you see, it gives us an error that the image definition JSON contains invalid JSON format. So this is the issue. So as far as the JSON is concerned, you see, I've done a mistake there. So what mistake I've done? I forget to put this. So these are the settings. As I told you, you have to look for the logs, and don't be, I mean, just um, distracted that this gives an error. You have to see the logs what it is saying. As a DevOps, you have to see the logs what it is saying. So what I'm going to do is to simply I'm going to simply make a zip of this of that again, and I'm going to simply remove this existing zip. Okay, so I've saved it. So you see, I've saved it, so it is not giving us an error. So I'm going to remove this existing zip, simply create the zip again. Okay, send it to zip, copy this. So no issue with that. I mean, once you post it again, so you will see that automated deployment of your pipeline is going to be begin again. So I'm going to simply use this command. What it is going to do, as from the start of the video, I've shown you that it's going to copy that particular zip to the AWS S3. But this part you have to keep an eye on it. So what I'm going to do is to navigate to the pipeline. You see, currently it is failing. So what I'm going to do is to show you, just narrow it down and press enter. You see what it is going to happen once your copy to that particular S3 is going to be done. So this is our pipeline. So if I click on this particular pipeline, let's see what happens. You see automatic build again started. So it is in progress. So previously we have an error. If we see another error, we will try to fix that. Hopefully we'll not have any error. So it is saying navigate to the details. So if you navigate to the details of this particular pipeline which we have set up, click on the details, it will navigate to you towards the service which we have deployed through our ECS. You see, the active is to new tasks are started. You will see if I navigate to the task section, the desired state is 2, but more tasks are going to be in pending state. So as far as our um, application is concerned, this is our um, version 1 of our application. Okay, so everything is going to be remain same. Now I'm going to show you the version 2 with regard to the CI/CD process. So without any downtime, you will see that that particular version is going to be updated. So you see 4 tasks are in running state, and you will see the desired state is 2. So previous tasks are going to be removed, as it is going to do what it do actually does at the back end, the CI/CD. Let me show you that. If you click on your task definition, you see it created another task definition, and instead of using that particular task definition, it is going to use this task definition, and this task definition we have our new uh, value of our image which we have provided through our image.json file. So currently it is going to be same. So as this is the same version. So what I'm going to do is to simply show you guys that I'm going to show you the CI/CD process, that how actually it is going to be updated automatically with without any downtime. So in Spring Boot directory, I have this Docker 1. So it is currently deployed this. So simply copy this Docker version 2, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so simply extract it. So now I'm going to show you that as a developer I have just updated or my new version of application is now available. I've tested it. I've created the jar file from a Spring Boot application. So this is the target file. What I've done, after testing, I've compiled my code. I've created a jar with that particular code, and what I'm going to do is to simply copy this, and I'm going to put this in my repository. So what it is going to do is it is simply going to overwrite these two files. So if I navigate these to this repository. So if I do set say git status, you see I've modified these particulars. So I'm going to say git add, do git commit. I'm going to call this AWS CI/CD Cloud Geeks, and it's a YouTube demo. Okay, now simply do git push to the master branch, git push origin master. So if you do good push, it is going to push to your master branch, your origin. So if I um navigate to my Bitbucket section, okay. So let me show you that part. So if I navigate to the pipeline, what I'm going to do is to build this image, and I'm going to push that particular image to my AWS ECR. So the first one we have done about 32 minutes ago. I'm going to simply do the stuff manually here. You can automate this stuff once you do the commits. It is going to do automated building of your images, and it is going to push to the AWS ECR. So I have to show you every step. Um, I mean, it is, you see, this is the commit I have done AWS CI/CD, Cloud INC YouTube demo. So it is now doing the build process. It is going to build our Docker image, and it is going to push this particular Docker image onto the AWS ECR. So I'm using the same tag. So uh, the tag there is going to be, overwritten. So you can even enable the tag immunity as well. Let me show you the uh, let me show you the stuff in the AWS ECR. So okay, this is the ECR. If you navigate to the repositories and you see tag immunitability. Okay, so this is the tag immunitability. It says that it prevents your tag to be overwritten. That is what I was talking about. So if I navigate to my repositories, so I have this repository. So what it is going to do is to simply override this URI and create a new image if everything goes well with regard to the post is concerned. So if I navigate to this section of our images, okay, so okay, this is the sample one. I should be looking this. It is the 12 too. So it is now committed this. So if I navigate to the ECS section, okay, so this is the same tag as I told you I'm using. So what I'm going to do is to do the same step, but same step. Let me show you the pipeline, and this is the pipeline I am using. So what I'm going to do is to simply make it just a little short, so you will be able to see that automated um setup is going to be done if your tags are same. So I'm going to again copy that particular zip to my AWS S3, or you can simply upload that as well. So you will see the pipeline will begin shortly. You see, it is started. So automatic uh, pipeline is now set up. So this is the CI/CD process. So if I refresh it, everything will be changed once the process is completed, and I will show you the process. If this process is successful, it is going to update our latest image, which is the version 2, which I've already provided for you guys. So that would be the complete CI/CD process for you guys for the understanding, and I will show you that. So if you navigate to the details section, you will see that details with regard to this CI/CD is going to be available here. So this is the process we are actually following. So what it does that pending primary is 2, but the running is 0, and the active state is this one. So if I navigate to the target section, you will see new tasks are going to be initialized in this particular target groups, and you see initialization has begun. So desired count is going to be 3, as I showed you that new task definition at the backend is going to be actually done. So older ones are going to be removed, and the new are going to be replaced with that with with new tasks. So our desired state is 2. So old one are going to be removed automatically. So if I try to refresh it, you will see shortly the newer version of our, you see, application. Now Cloud Geeks CA shares for sale version 2. So this is the CI/CD version. You see our new version is there. So this process continues. Um, if you do stuff like you see, as I told you, I refresh it now, and the task definition new version is set up. So this is how CI/CD works, and it is a quick way for deployment. So in my later videos, I will show you the canary deployments, blue-green deployments with regard to the Spring Boot application. So this is the rolling update. So I have tried to cover as much as I can with my Terraform code, which I have already available for you guys. So please like the video and share the video as much as you can. Have a nice day. Thank you.